What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Sergeant Moose here, back with another Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the game video. And in today's video, guys, we're going to talk about a little wish list that I've come up with. Of course, I talked about it in my last video, that we were going to do a wish list on this game in the future. I wanted to get my time in, wanted to get my play time in, kind of figure everything out, learn the characters, learn the classes, everything like that. And I feel like we've done all that. We've platinumed the game so far. We've reached over level 100 so far. So I want to talk a little bit about the future of this game, guys, because I'm really enjoying it, man. It is a breath of fresh air on the asymmetrical genre. We're having a lot of fun with it. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, before we go any further, guys, I just want to talk about the film, and I guess now you could kind of call it a franchise because it spawned a video game. Just a little bit. It seems to me, being that there's only one film in the franchise so far, it seems to me like there might be a little more creative freedom with this IP as opposed to others, like, say, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre or Evil Dead, franchises like that are really kind of tied down to multiple IP holders. Killer Klowns is only one movie, and I know the Chioda brothers are working directly alongside TerraVision and IllFonic with this game, which is really, really cool. So, first things first, I want to talk about a few characters I'd like to see from the movie. Of course, we got Mike and Debbie if you got the deluxe edition of the game. We have the skins for both of those characters. Of course, they are two of the main characters from the film. A few other characters I would like to see, guys, obviously, is Officer Dave. And I know there's been leaks out there, and people have been talking about Officer Dave definitely coming to the game and everything like that. But I try to stay away from leaks. And, of course, it has not been confirmed by either TerraVision or IllFonic yet. But I would like to see Officer Dave and Officer Mooney. Obviously, two other stars of the film, which really kind of set the tone, especially Officer Mooney with his attitude. I think he'd be really cool coming into the game. He would remind me of like a character somewhat of like the cook from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Just kind of mad all the time at everybody, bossing everybody around, telling them what to do and everything like that. I think it'd be really, really cool to have Officer Mooney in the game. And of course, Officer Dave, because he is basically the main star of the film. He is the hero of the film. So it'd be really cool to see him in here as well. Honestly, guys, I wouldn't even mind seeing Farmer Gene from the very beginning, who, of course, goes to the tent and he gets cocooned with his dog Pooh. Now, I want to talk a little bit about these characters and also Mike and Debbie, who came to the game. Being that these are premium characters, and essentially if we do end up getting Dave and, Officer Mooney in the future, these are like premium characters. I feel like they should have their own classes, guys, and not be just a skin. Now, to extend on that a little bit, I want to talk about, obviously, this game has no perk system. It previously did in the alpha builds and everything like that, but IllFonic and TerraVision, they decided they wanted to make this more of a fun party game, more non-competitive, so they removed the perk system. Now, I am, on one side, really happy that they did remove a perk system because it does make the game more casual and more laid back. But at the same time, from a content creator standpoint, I kind of wish there was a perk system. Maybe not as in-depth as games as like Dead by Daylight or Texas Chainsaw, but maybe a little more to kind of play around with to kind of make a unique character as opposed to just having different classes and archetypes. But, it is what it is, guys, and I'm not really stressing over that too much because in the current state of the game right now, it's just fun to play without a perk system. But one point I want to touch on about the archetypes, guys, is aside from the clown side, because the archetypes on the clown side are very different, on the human side, there's not a whole lot of difference, and I know this because I've tested with my good friend Big Bezo a lot of these archetypes in privates, and we've tested, stamina and damage on different archetypes and stuff. Now, there are differences, but at the end of the day, there are not big differences to be like, hey, I'm playing a different class, I'm playing this class, syncing with other classes and stuff like that in game. I did notice kind of a difference with the resourceful class, which is my main class. I like playing resourceful a ton. They do tend to get objectives done a lot faster than every other class, including Cotton Candy and everything like that too. So you do see a difference, a small difference there in resourceful. As far as the athletic type too, the stamina, you see a difference, but not a massive, huge difference. And also with the health pools of all the archetypes, if you look at the athletic, who has the least health pool, and then you look at the toughness, who has the most, it is a difference, but it's not a massive difference. Maybe a few hits difference, but not enough, I think, that can render it, being a totally different class. So I would like to see a little more uniqueness to the archetype classes in the future. Maybe some things can be tweaked between the classes. That way you can go in with your friends and be like, okay, so I'm going to run the toughness class while you go ahead and run the resourceful class. This is going to be our plan for the game, this and that. Because right now, no matter what class you have, it's kind of a free-for-all. And I mean, with the RNG, everybody's kind of just running around, you know, kind of every man for himself, especially in solo queues. And, you know, if you snag a few energy drinks and some health kits and stuff like that, you're going to be doing the same thing pretty much as any other class. You're going to be running from clowns, getting enough distance away from them to hide, and then you're going to be going back and looking for objectives. So I don't see a massive difference in the archetype system, so I would like to see that kind of toned up a little bit to kind of make the classes feel a little more unique. And as for Mike and Debbie, and again, back to Officer David Mooney, if we get them in the future, I would like to see these characters be their own class. I would like to see them have their own class. That way, it's not just a skin that you slap on any random class. I would like to see, you know, Officer Dave with obviously, you know, maybe very highly proficient in shooting, firearms, things like that, where he's going to do a lot more damage with firearms to clowns. You know, just different kind of uniqueness there with these characters. But again, back to the creative freedom, guys, that is one beautiful thing I think we can say about this game, is it does seem that they can do pretty much anything they want with this game. They can add pretty much any kind of characters, any types of maps that they really want, and expand on the franchise. There's really no limits when it comes to this game, and I think that's what may increase the longevity of it for the future, is that they can keep releasing stuff and creating stuff and implementing. As long as they keep that 80s setting within the game, I think they could do pretty much anything they want. Because if you think about it, when the clown invasion starts, wherever the clown invasion hits in Crescent Cove or whatever, there could be all different types of humans, all different types of people that act differently, dress differently, and all that stuff. So, you know, there's going to be endless amounts of cosmetics that they could add into the game and everything like that. So I think we'll be okay there. Now, the selfish me is about to come out, guys, because as I see the maps, as we talk about the maps, top of the world, Crescent Cove Clown Camp. That's a tough one to say. Those are probably my two favorite maps in the game, and I don't know why. They bring me mad F-13 vibes, Friday the 13th vibes, just because of the setting, the woodsy setting with the cabins and the camps and all that cool stuff. I would love to see more maps like that in the future. Dark, you know, woodsy type maps with camps and campfires. It just makes the game way, way more immersive. Now, don't get me wrong, the carnival map is really freaking cool. The open maps, the city maps are really cool and stuff like that. But I think the more rural, woodsy type maps really make this game for me. So I want to see some more stuff like this with the trees and all that stuff around. And as for the cosmetics and unlockables, as you guys can see here, we do have a premium cosmetic that we just bought whenever the game went into full release yesterday on June 4th. I think the premium outfits are cool. Honestly, I did not expect them to release these. We bought this outfit pack, and we also bought the Ranger Clown outfit, which all in all was roughly about $11 total for both of them, $11 US. So I wouldn't be upset if they kept doing premium outfits like that, but I just don't want them to go the route of like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where basically they're only releasing paid outfits. I know Texas have released some in-game outfits, but mostly they've been making their money from paid cosmetics. And considering level 100 is not the level cap in this game, it does seem to have an unlocked level cap, or it could even be level 999, like Predator Hunting Grounds could be the level cap. They could tie cosmetics to levels within the game, but they're going to have to do that soon. I know this is the same thing that Texas Chainsaw Massacre is going through too. They're trying to increase the level cap and add cosmetics based on your level. I hope they do that soon. That way we're not, you know, up to level 500, and then they do release, you know, level unlocks, and then we just get them all right off the bat. We don't have anything to grind for. So I would like to see stuff past level 100 also that we can unlock, and also the challenges, guys, in the game. I think the challenges are one of the best parts of this game. I think they make this game, and I think they need to make a ton more of those challenges within the game to unlock different cosmetics, because we're having a lot of fun with that. And once the grind's over and you reach level 100, you know, you get your platinum trophy, and you do everything that you pretty much can do in the game, then you start grinding challenges. That's what I'm doing currently, and I'm having a ton of fun with it. So these are just a few suggestions I have, guys, of course, for the quality of life of the game and the future of the game. I think the game's in a good position. It's going to be a niche game, I can already tell. Kind of like a cult fan base type game, which is okay. But at the same time, I want to see them kind of keep this game casual, keep it fun for friends, don't implement a hardcore perk system, but I would like to see a little uniqueness from the characters. But with that said, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know your thoughts down below, man, and how are you guys enjoying Killer Klowns from Outer Space? But with that said, guys, for all things Killer Klowns from Outer Space, the game, feel free to drop a like and subscribe to the channel as we're doing content here all the time. My name's Sergeant Moose. Take care, guys.